I can take care of my baby and I can take care of myself.
Well, see, that's why I'm gonna have a baby, to prove people I'm responsible.
If she is pregnant, I can't take care of that baby, and I won't take care of that baby.
These girls have had more sex than her this year.
Shut up! I was in your shoes. If you bring a baby into this world, you have ruined that child's life. I cannot sit and think of everything bad that's gonna happen. Well, you better, because you're gonna be a parent.
How do you feel if you're not pregnant?
I'll be disappointed and I'm gonna try again.
You have a pregnancy test for Jenny.
Sorry, but you are not Cinderella, and Prince Charming isn't gonna come along and save you. Don't tell me to shut up.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time to see if I'm pregnant, so I hope I really am.
Me and my fiance, oh my God, we've been practicing for a long time.
These young girls are not old enough to drive in most states, but they are old enough to have a baby. So you're not responsible enough to drive a car, but you are responsible enough to be a parent. Some things in the United States don't make sense to me. Are they ready to be mothers? Well, they say they are. They've been having unprotected sex as often as they can because they want to have babies. Before the show is over, we're going to find out if they're really pregnant. Their families, most of them, are horrified. They say, no way can these teenagers handle raising a baby. But so far, the girls say, well, too bad, I'm going to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is to get pregnant. Let's meet one mother who's been dealing with this. Sandy, you found out last week that your 15-year-old daughter, Jenny, was sexually active and has been trying to have a baby, right?
Yes, I have.
I understand that Jenny thinks she's pregnant right now?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Miserable.
Okay. Why does she want to have a baby?
Well, our life is very tough. Okay.
Yeah, can I give people some background?
Sure, please.
Or you help me with it,
Yeah.
if that's all right with you?
I don't mind.
You were in a very abusive marriage for about 15 years.
15 and a half,
finally
exactly.
Broke free.
Yes.
Took that long because you were worried about, as a lot of women are who are in abusive marriages, finances.
Right.
You have one other child. He is a mentally handicapped son?
Yes, he is.
Okay. You met somebody new and were very happy, and he committed suicide just before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's very true.
You have very bad back problems.
Yes.
Those of us who are watching you know that it's very difficult for you to even walk. And you say the biggest problem of all is Jenny.
Yeah, very big.
Of all the not having any money and the suicide and the abusive husband and the handicapped son, Jenny is the biggest. Why does she want to have this child?
Well, basically, like we started to talk about, we have a very poor family. She feels that she's ready to have a baby. She wants out of my house. She doesn't feel loved. She feels that this is the way she's going to get love.
Is she in any way ready to be a parent?
Oh, no, not at all. Well, just looking at our history, I mean, just between her and me, I mean, she's tried to poison me. She has physically, and she's proud of all this, mind you. Let me let you know, she is proud of this. She has physically abused me.
Well, I think you should be very specific. So let's be very specific in what it is that she's trying to do.
Well, basically, she thinks she's
She hit you with a baseball bat,
yes,
right?
Yes, she did. That's right.
She tried to poison you by putting penicillin into your soda because you're allergic to penicillin.
Yes,
she
that's
found
right.
that out. She will not follow any house rules.
None.
She curses you.
Yeah, very loudly, so the neighbors hear all the cussing going on.
Okay.
She runs away.
And
she's been thrown out of school.
She does not go to school.
Well, she's in school again. She's back in now.
Why was
but
she thrown
been,
out?
Well, she's been suspended several times because of her attitude. She's spat gum at a teacher. She's cussed a teacher in front of the classroom. You know, she's just made so disruptive.
How can she have a baby, be ready to have a baby?
She's not in the least. And if she is pregnant, I can't take care of that baby.
All right.
And I won't take care of that baby.
I would think if you can hardly walk and you have a retarded son and you need to do what you can do, that taking care of a baby right now would be just beyond it. Yeah. She is angry at you for divorcing Your husband who
That's
was...
right.
Okay. Why?
Money.
Money?
To be flat out money. I live on about $700 a month between my son's SSI, and I'm a disabled vet, so I get a small pension from the government.
Right.
And my daughter has, you know, $100 clothes and tastes, and she's got basically a Fifth Avenue taste with a poor woman's pocketbook.
Right.
She has to have the expensive stuff. She will not wear used clothes.
So she would rather you live with a man who's beating you.
Right, because of money.
And have the money, then,
Yep.
which is probably what kept you in the relationship a little longer than you should have been. Let's meet Jenny and talk to her about this. Jenny, come on out. Jenny, do you think you're pregnant right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Would you be disappointed if you weren't?
Yeah.
What would you try to do if you were not pregnant?
I would probably go try again.
Try again. You've been sleeping with 3 different guys. Do the men know that you are trying to get pregnant?
Yes, they do.
They do. And what do they say about this?
They didn't say nothing.
They don't say anything. Well, we got some dumb guys. About your behavior, you attacked your mother with a baseball bat and you tried to poison her and you've been kicked out of school. Why are you responsible enough to have a child?
Well, see, that's why I'm going to have a baby, to prove people I'm responsible.
That is not true.
How does that work?
Well, I don't know what my mom's saying. She just jealous I've had more sex than her this year.
She said mother is jealous. What state do you come from?
Where am I originally from?
No, where do you live now?
West Virginia.
West Virginia, okay. You think that you can take care of a baby at this stage?
Yes, I do.
How would you do it?
I would get a job.
Okay, and who would watch the baby?
Don't look at me to watch the baby. That's right. Don't look at me to watch that baby.
No, but let's work this out. Who watches the baby while you're working?
I'll get a babysitter. I know lots of people.
Okay. You are not a college graduate. You're 15. You drop out of school. How much money are you going to earn to pay the babysitter?
I don't have to pay them anything because they owe me a lot of favors.
Who owes you the favors?
I wish I had that option when I was pregnant with her.
Who owes you the favors?
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Yeah, no, I mean, what kind of people owe you favors?
My friends.
Do you realize how hard it is to find a babysitter in a normal circumstances? Do you know what I went through to find a sitter for you when you were a baby?
Forget about babysitting.
The babies.
Do you have a job now?
No, I don't.
What makes you think it's going to be much easier having a child and responsibility of a job and rent and everything else? Do you think about your baby's caring?
Yes, I do.
You're thinking for yourself. You're selfish. You're being very selfish. You're not thinking for the baby's benefit. You're thinking for yourself.
Well, you can't say that because you do not know me. You do
No,
not know
I
my
can
life.
tell
You're
you.
not coming
I'm not the
home
one with
me,
the problem.
so
You're sitting up on stage with the problem, not me.
She's right. Let me ask you a question. Assuming that you're right, that these friends are going to watch your child for about 6 or 7 years till the child gets in school 8 hours a day while you work, how are you going to pay the rent? How much
I'll be living
is
with my mom until I get...
I told you. Listen, I told you, if you're pregnant, I told you straight up that if you're pregnant, I will not watch the child.
Well, then I'll leave.
Yeah. She told me, Sally.
How are you going to pay the rent?
Exactly.
Jenny told us that having a baby will make me stop smoking weed and make me responsible. Now, is that the reason to bring a child into the world? No. To teach you to stop smoking weed? Is that the reason for bringing a child in?
How long, first of all, have you been smoking weed?
None of your business.
It is my business. You're
No,
my
it ain't.
child.
No, it ain't.
Ho, ho, whoa. This is what I go through.
No.
I'd love to at times. I would love to, but I cannot.
Right. Let me ask you a question. Do you really believe it's fair to a baby to teach you to stop smoking weed? I mean, is that really what a baby's job is?
No.
Then why are you doing it that way?
Because it'll help me.
It won't help you.
Are you angry at Mother for divorcing Dad?
Yeah, I hate her and I'll never forgive her for it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why? Would you please say that out loud?
She should stay in a relationship for you so that she can get beat. Let me tell you something. You should give your mother a kiss right now, because I don't have a mother. Okay? My mother was killed. And I want to come up there right now and smack you right across your face for the way that you're treating your mother. Okay? You ain't ready to have a kid.
That's your opinion. You don't know.
Why should you be angry at Mother for divorcing your father? Why?
Because he had money. We wouldn't be so poor.
So he had money.
Sally.
Should you, let me ask her again, should you stay with someone who's beating you if they have money?
I would.
You would.
Come here. I got $10 in my pocket right now. Let me beat you up. I got $10. Let me beat you up.
Jenny, he just made a point. Do we do anything for money in this world? I mean, is $10 worth a beating? Is $100 worth a beating? What is?
Nothing
what
is worth it.
Nothing.
Nothing is worth it. Sally, she does not believe in birth control at all, okay? She refuses to let me take her to the doctor to put her on the birth control. I know, now that I know she's sexually active, I wanted her on birth control. She will not go. She feels that if God wants you to be pregnant, you'll be pregnant.
You told us that you're happy and excited because you might be pregnant. We haven't even scratched the surface when it comes for the fact that all of us are going to have to pay for that baby and any other baby that you have sex and have, okay? So we're going to send you backstage to take a pregnancy test. How do you feel if you're not pregnant?
I'll be disappointed and I'm going to try again.
Okay.
I'll be thrilled if she's not.
Okay, you all right?
We'll be right back.
I cannot sit and think of everything bad that's going to happen. Well, you better, because you're going to be a parent. And that's what I have to think of something. They think about it every day. Every day.
Open up the package. There's a stick that's this. It looks like this. There's a long thing on the end that sticks out. That's what you need to go to the bathroom on.
Jenny is back now having her pregnancy test, and we're going to find out. Meanwhile, please meet Russell and his wife, Nancy. This is the father and the stepmother. They're very upset because Russell's daughter, Renee, who is 17, lives with you, correct?
Yes.
Is now 5 months pregnant. That we know. Nancy, you told us that you and Russell are convinced that Renee got pregnant on purpose. Why?
Why we thought she got pregnant? Maybe if I could tell you that Renee is manic depressive. We had a long battle with Renee to get her the help that she needed to.
She's been hospitalized many times for this?
Yeah.
Okay. And did she always say she wanted to get out of the hospital so she could get pregnant?
Well, in 2 or 3 years of therapy with Renee, she's always said, I want to get pregnant.
Okay.
I need to get pregnant.
It was a big issue in our family therapy on a regular basis.
So if she's pregnant, she did it on purpose because she's been saying it for years.
Right.
Nancy, you told us you found, you and Russell found Renee crying in the living room one day. She had had sex with 2 different guys. Tell us about that.
One had been her current boyfriend.
Right.
And the reason she was crying was because he had broken up with her. And when we asked what the reason was for that, she'd said, oh, well, I told him that I had been with somebody else the day before. She had only met this boy the day before for about 3 hours.
Do you think she's capable? Well, she's going to have a child. She's 5 months pregnant. Is she capable of taking care of the child?
Absolutely not.
No?
She can't even keep her room clean, let alone anything else.
She can't.
She refuses to give up smoking. She refuses to eat properly. She refuses to take care of herself. Like Russ said, she's been hospitalized twice within 2 months.
And she's only 5 months pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
She's lost 10 pounds in her pregnancy. The doctor is concerned about her weight.
I know that Renee has a different side of the story. Let's hear what she has to say. Renee, come on out. Okay, Renee, what did you just say to your mother and father?
I can take care of my baby and I can take care of myself.
Do you know who the father of your baby is?
I think it's, but I'm not sure.
Could it be anybody?
No, it could only be 1 or 2 people, and I don't see where anybody has any room to criticize, because I don't think that there isn't anybody in this room who has slept with more than one person, who hasn't slept with more than one person.
Sally, you don't go and sleep with somebody after
Let me ask you a question, Renee. You say you didn't want to get pregnant. Why were you having unprotected sex?
That was the only time I'd had unprotected sex, and the entire time.
It only takes
in the peak
once.
of her cycle. In the peak of her cycle.
No one told you it only takes once?
And I calculated that afterwards when I was sitting in the car.
It's time you're responsible to your own decisions. That's what you want. That's what you're gonna get.
The way you are.
Yes.
So what you trying to say? I'm a slut?
I'd be damned if I have a girl who meet one guy the same day and 3 hours later go to sleep with him.
And not know who your baby's
You're good people, right?
Huh?
You're good people?
I
know
think
what you're
I'm a
doing.
good person.
You know what you're doing?
Huh?
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
No,
She's a
does
very
anybody ever know
personable
exactly
person.
what they're doing when they're having a kid? No, you don't. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes.
Next, 2 other teenagers who've been trying to get pregnant. They both think they're pregnant now. We're going to give them some pregnancy tests to find out for sure. And when we hear the results, we're going to deal with it. We'll also hear from some big sisters who say, no way are you ready to be a mom. Stay with us.
She's too pretty, she's too smart. She deserves better. And one way or another, if I have to stick my foot up her butt, she's gonna get it.
I'm sorry, but you are not Cinderella, and Prince Charming isn't gonna come along and save you. Don't tell me to shut up. That's not. That's spoiled brat. Not what you are.
If you have a pregnancy test for Jenny, let's see if I can. Uh-huh. To be told how big a problem teenage pregnancy is in our country today. It's I think one of the leading problems for the next generation, babies having babies. It's not just moms who get upset when they hear a teenager say, I want to have a baby, I'm trying to get pregnant. We're going to hear now from some big sisters who should know they're in the family. This is Rebecca. She's 18, very upset about her 15-year-old sister, Mandy. See, Mandy has been trying to have a baby, and now she thinks she's pregnant. Before we bring her out, Rebecca, why does Mandy want to have a child when she's 15, and is this such a hot idea?
Really, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm married. I have a 2-year-old stepson. She sees what I go through. I mean, it is hard, okay? I can leave him with her for 10 minutes. She's ready to kill him, but she wants one of her own. 10 minutes, she's calling, come get your young'un. I'm tired of it, I don't want him. But she wants one of her own.
Well, what is that about? What's really going on there?
I think it's, she feels that she's not getting it from my parents. The love's lost, that I get all the attention. Guys, excuse me, I'm nervous.
That's okay.
I got married. I was their baby. I'm off. They see me now. She sees me now with the baby. She thinks, Cece's doing it. I can.
I see. Even
she
though
can
it's
get
not
away with it. She's young. She's getting away with it. Mom and Daddy won't care if I will.
But what do you want for your sister?
I want her to finish school. I didn't. I dropped out.
You want her to do all the things you didn't?
Yeah.
Okay, I
She's too pretty. She's too smart. She deserves better. And one way or another, if I have to stick my foot up her butt, she's going to get it.
Rebecca, Mandy hasn't had her period in 2 months. What if we find out that she's pregnant today? Will you and the parents have to take care of the baby? Who's going to take care of it?
Well, if she is pregnant, she's on her own. It's not my responsibility. I wasn't the one that done it to her.
Let's meet Mandy. Mandy, come on out. Mandy, do you think you're pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. You had unprotected sex on November 15th with an ex-boyfriend. Is he going to be around to be the father of the child if he's the ex-boyfriend?
He says he will.
Okay. Are you mature enough to handle a baby?
I think so, yeah.
You want a baby because your friends have babies and they're having fun with them. Is that correct?
Not really, they're having fun. Mandy, when little Mitchell was at your house, a 2-year-old, okay, she has a cat, he gets in her cat, stuff, the poo-poo, and it's all over her room. She's screaming, I hate that kid, I hate him. Now, when you have one and it does the same thing, you're gonna hate it?
Exactly, like what are you gonna do, Renee, at 2 o'clock when your baby needs to be fed and you want to be sleeping?
I don't sleep anyway.
Renee, come on. Come on.
Mandy has said...
Oh, that's not what I mean. I don't sleep. I have insomnia. I have insomnia if you don't...
Mandy, how would you take care of the baby if you are pregnant right now? How would you take care of the baby?
Hopefully my mom would help support me.
You're the one that didn't have
I don't think these mothers have made it clear.
Now, Sally, if she is pregnant, my mom, and she knows that they will be behind her a little bit, but I'm not going to let it happen.
Well, you see, if the mothers say, I'll take care of your kid.
No, she's not going to take care of it. My mother wants me to have a baby. I'm married. I'm out on my own. It's me my mother wants to have the baby. Not her. She is too young. She's the good one in the family, the smart one. Why she's turning out like this, she just needs to be knocked and just...
Well, Renee
she has said that if she's not pregnant...
that her father will love her more.
Right.
She does.
If she's not pregnant, she's going to keep on trying. Before we send you backstage to take a pregnancy test, let's talk to another sister. This is Jessie. You're 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You called us because you're worried about your 16-year-old sister, Amber. Why are you worried?
Well, she was sleeping with my my boyfriend's friend, protected, and she's been sleeping around, and she wants to have a baby.
She wants to have the baby.
Yeah.
Let's see what Amber has to say. Amber, come on out. Amber, are you trying to get pregnant?
Yes, I am.
You are trying to get pregnant.
Yes,
Why?
Because I want a baby to love, cuddle.
You want a baby
You're
to
a
love
baby yourself.
I have a puppy.
Amber has had unprotected sex 3 times a week, 20 guys in the last year, mostly one-night stands.
These parents need to practice some tough love on their children
I've been
and bounce them into reality. Because once they get a taste of reality, they'll be back to you.
I've made
and I do
decisions in the
emphasize
last
children
3 years that most
because
of these
these
people couldn't
kids
do.
should be more concerned with collecting Barbie dolls than have babies.
Mandy and Amber backstage, and we'll find out the results of the pregnancy test later on. We'll be right back.
Open up the package. There's a stick that's this. That looks like this. There's a long thing on the end that sticks out. That's what you need to go to the bathroom on. Okay. I'll stay in here with you and make sure you guys do it right. What is it, ma'am? Open up the case. Be careful. Yeah, that's what you need to go to the bathroom on. Okay.
It's very frustrating standing here when you feel like you're not getting through to teenagers who think they have the answers. And as I said, in the back of my mind somewhere, why were we afraid of what we would do? I was terrified. And I'm not so sure that wasn't a good thing. I'm going to let someone else try, though. Pixie. Pixie is 27. When she was 13, she got pregnant on purpose. She now says it was the biggest mistake of her life. Pixie, you were 13. Why did you want to get pregnant? Put yourself in their shoes.
To get away from my family. Exactly. Each and every one of you, I was in your shoes.
Except for I didn't try to get pregnant.
Yes, you did.
No,
and you
I
know you did.
No, I
Don't
didn't.
tell me. And you know what? I want you to think in your heart, and for the rest of your life, hold this on your conscience. If you bring a baby into this world, you have ruined that child's life. For the rest of that child's life, you have ruined it. My 12-year-old daughter told me, Mom, when you go on that show, are you going to tell them that we're on welfare? And I said, well, that's part of our life. She cried. She goes, my friends will not like me anymore. That ripped my heart out. That was like taking my heart and throwing it on the floor and ripping it out of my chest.
When other kids are wearing $80, $100 sneakers and you can't afford to put them on your children because
I scrimp and save. I scrimp and save every penny for my children. I go without eating days at a time so my children have food on that table. And you girls are just gonna pop out a baby like it's a toy, like it's a Cabbage Patch Kid? Excuse me. Go buy a damn stuffed animal. You want something to cuddle and love?
They feel, Pixie, that you've had it easy. Now, at your age, explain what happened. Your mother put you in foster home. You ran away with the baby when you were 17. You had to hide out till you were 18. You got an apartment. Did you try to go back to school?
Yeah, I did.
Why did you not go back to school? Why didn't it work?
Because school wasn't a given anymore. It was a luxury.
Okay. You could have been in college. Yeah. You could have graduated. All right? What is the cycle? You have been working. They all say they're going to work. You've worked. What happened when you worked?
You can't work unless, for one, you got to have a vehicle. But you're not going to get a vehicle if you're on welfare.
Okay.
Where's the money going to come from?
So you worked, and then you quit,
I worked,
and then you lost...
you got to pay for daycare. Where are you going to get money for daycare? You have to be on welfare. Welfare's not going to pay it unless you show the initiative to get off your butt.
You listen to Pixie, and Pixie,
and
what you
fact
just
is,
said...
You're bringing a child into this world that does not need that kind of life. That is not fair. Every day I look at my children. Every day I look at my children and I think to God, why did I do this? This is not fair to them.
Yep.
This is not fair.
Renee is running a very high risk because of the medication she was taking when she first got pregnant. Tegretol and lithium runs a very high risk of this child being born with a Down syndrome, spinal bifida. She just thinks nothing's going to be wrong. It can't happen to her.
The rest of your life.
I cannot sit and think of everything bad that's going to happen.
Well, you better, because you're going to be a parent. And that's what it's
I
all
have
about.
to think of something
They think about it every day. Every day. Just like my mother did.
I'm not going to change my lifestyle. I'm not going to stop having fun. You most certainly did. I'm not going to stop having fun.
Watch how much fun it is at 2 o'clock.
Baby.
Pixie, I want you to talk to, I think the most hardcore case here is Jenny. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you are not Cinderella, and Prince Charming isn't going to come along and save you. Don't tell me to shut up. You're a slut. You're a slut. That's spoiled brat. That's what you are. Yeah, I am, and I'm proud of you. Good. Be proud of it, because you're going to bring a child into this world that's going to go on welfare, too. That's going to have no life, no future, and nothing.
Whatever.
So have that on your conscience.
Prince
Yeah, whatever.
Honey. He just ain't out there.
You need to be smacked across the mouth.
Well, come do it.
If you were mine, I'd pull you down right now and I'd beat your butt.
I'm not yours, okay? So
Children.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're not mine. Because my 12-year-old
Children.
daughter has more sense in her head
Children,
than
one
you
day
do.
with her, right?
That's your 12-year-old daughter, not me.
One day. Wait, let me talk to the kids. All right. Jenny, so there are people here who said one day with her and we'll see. I tend to agree. I don't know how you got that way, but you really do cop an attitude. You really do. And I think life is going to tell you a lot. Let me ask Amber, how do you feel about what you've been hearing?
I might have second thoughts.
You may have.
Because it's not easy.
What about you, Mandy? What about you?
Regrets that, you know, I'm thinking this way. I think I should wait.
Let's find out if it's too late when we return.
Thank you for saying that.
I hope these lines are double blue lines. That means pregnant.
You have a pregnancy test for Jenny. Let's see if I can. Uh-huh. I would like you to welcome Dr. Gilda Carl. Gilda? My mother used to say, I talk till I'm blue in the face to you kids. So I've been talking and I'm dry and I don't know what it is. My assumption is that the kids aren't frightened enough of their parents so that it's all right to go out and do it. I don't know.
First of all,
what to
Pixie
say.
made some very good points here, and yeah, that's right. And thank you, honey. Thank you for doing that. And I have to commend the two young women who've decided to hold off a little while and wait a little while, okay? That's terrific. Now, let's really talk to her because everybody's talking at her and accusing her. And let's find out what's really going on here. You want a baby to prove that you're responsible, right?
Yes.
Get a puppy. Do you know what a baby will prove? One thing, that you can have a baby. That's all it will prove, right?
Exactly.
That's it.
If you want to be responsible, honey, you get a job, you finish school, you clean up your room, you clean up your life.
Take care of your
and
mom.
you find somebody who will love you and adore you so the two of you can bring in a child who can be loved and adored, and so that that child won't go to you later on and bat you over the head with a baseball bat.
I have tried so hard to get
This mother is here reaching out to Sally and to the audience and to America and begging for help. If you can't hear her, we're here to hear her. And we are going to give her support in trying to get you to understand you have a whole life ahead of you. It's up to you now to live your life before you bring a child into the world. Right? Do you hear us? Do you hear us?
Yeah. But it ain't working.
Why ain't it working?
Because when I have my mind set on something, I'm going to do it. I don't care what anybody says.
Whoa! And what happens? And what happens with that little child who turns around and tries to put penicillin in your food when the kid is your age? What happens to that child? And what happens to you?
It ain't going to happen because I ain't allergic to penicillin.
That doesn't matter, Jenny. It's an example.
You know what? This young girl needs a lot of help. We're not going to help her on one talk show, but this can be the start of a new life for you to realize that you have to look in the mirror and say, what is my life all about? This is it. This is now. You're here. We're sending you all of this love, and we're saying to you, it's time for you to take control of your life before you bring another little being into the world. Please, please.
She wants to be in the Air Force. She can't join the Air Force if she has a baby.
It won't happen.
It won't happen.
It won't happen if you have a baby.
I went ahead. I was in the,
Question.
Yes.
First, I have a comment for the young lady. If she's so interested, like she said in the beginning of the program about money, how come she don't live with her father? And then for everybody else on the panel who wants to have a baby, they're looking for love that they're not finding at home. They should wake up and smell the coffee.
You don't have a baby. You don't have a baby to find unconditional love, because you have to be there and provide unconditional love. And you can't provide unconditional love for another child until you decide that you love yourself. Right.
Gilda, how about 17-year-old Renee and her parents, Russell and Nancy? Baby is on the way. So what do they do now?
I think Pixie really got to you, didn't she? She made some sense.
Yeah, but I still.
Wait,
I know I
didn't
can.
she?
Yeah, but I know I can.
There's no but. Here's a father and your stepmother who loves you. And you know what? Behind the stage, right before I came out, you started to cry and you said, but I just want to be loved. And you know what? I started to cry because that is not a reason to have a baby.
That isn't what, I didn't get pregnant on purpose, and nobody will believe me. Why can't anybody just believe me?
You know what?
Doesn't matter.
This is such a smart audience. You are
Doesn't
so smart.
matter, yes.
That is not the point. That's not the point. You are going to have a baby now, and now you must provide for it.
And I'm trying the best I can.
Okay, the best you can is, here are two adults. They're entitled to live their life now. Now it's up to you. You are old enough to get pregnant. Now grow up and start to raise the child on your own.
I'm trying.
You have a facility to go to. Go to that facility. You
No,
cannot
they
move.
don't. I was supposed to live with a family in Amherst, and I can't go there now because somebody got sick.
they're still
There was
trying to find
there's
out
a whole
home.
network. They want me to move.
The Department
2 hours.
No. They're
Department
not,
of Social
They're not
Services.
throwing you out.
No, they want me to move 2.5 hours.
We want you to get the skills, Renee, that you need
Oh,
to
like
do
you
this.
had such perfect skills when
There's
you
so
guys
much
were raising
anger
me.
here.
I didn't, Renee, but I want more than that for you.
You know what? You have to get off that anger. That anger is serving you not at all. It's not serving your baby at all. And you know what? You're going to have to start your life on your own.
Gilda, this lady asked me to do something. This lady's mother was killed, and she asked me to do something. Go ahead, you go do it. She says she wants to do something.
Can I hug you? And show you?
We'll be right back. So, let us see. Do you have, who was the first one, Jenny? Do you have a pregnancy test for Jenny? Let's see if I can. Jenny, I don't know how you feel, but you're not pregnant. Will you hold this for me?
Thank God. Thank goodness.
If it were me, Jenny, it would be a second chance at life. What do you feel?
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna wait.
Jenny, God bless you.
Okay, who's next? Mandy? This is Mandy's. Oh. Mandy, you watching?
Say yes.
Mandy,
No.
you're not pregnant. Take a look at your sister. Whoa. Our luck is running out, guys. Let's see. This is Amber, right? Amber, you're not pregnant. thing, Pixie, my heart goes out to you. If your daughter is ashamed of taking any kind of help, that's what the help is there for. And if anybody of her little friends says anything to her, they've got to answer to me, okay? Okay. Because they got a pretty great mother. We'll be right back. We started the hour with 3 girls wanting to be pregnant, and we found out 3 girls are not, and actually all 3 girls are pleased that they're not. So maybe if they can just practice safe sex and stay that way until the time is right, then this will not have been in vain. Thanks to Gilda and to Pixie and to this nice lady and to all of us. See you next time.